But you see there's a kind of a big problem because the grease pencil isn't the smartest. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another Blender tutorial, grease pencil. In this video we are going to quickly go over how to apply bones in the beginner sense to your grease pencil object. I've wanted to do this for a while. I am just now figuring it out. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So here we are in Blender Grease Pencil. I kind of drew something crude to just illustrate bones, I guess, in use. In this video we're not going to do inverse kinematics, but we will in a later one if you guys would like it. So what we're going to do is after we've drawn the objects, of course we're going to save the file. After we've drawn the object, we want to go into object mode. Then we'll do Shift A and we're going to create a new armature. So in this armature we are just going to do a single bone right here. We'll hit GZ to bring it down, GZ to bring it down, and just kind of eyeball it here and line it up. G and X to line it up. We'll hit the edit mode button or tab, or we can come up here to drop down, go to edit mode with the bone selected. We'll bring it down, hit E to extrude, hit E to extrude, and we're just going to extrude along these up along where we drew our stroke. Now you can see this last one's pretty big and the first one's pretty big. So if we want to kind of complicate it, we can select the bone right here, and we can right click, hit subdivide, right click, subdivide, and look, made 4 right there. But I'm going to keep it simple for this video. So now that we have it selected, we want to select the grease pencil object. Yeah, so we'll select the grease pencil stroke, then in object mode we'll select the grease pencil stroke, then select the bone, hit Control P to parent. You can do automatic weights. That's the easy way. So I'll show you really quick what that looks like. We'll do with automatic weights. And basically what that does is makes it to where when we go over to pose mode for the bone and we rotate it, it automatically applies weight to our grease pencil. But you see there's a kind of a big problem because the grease pencil isn't the smartest. Well, at least the bones, they didn't pair properly, because you can see right here on the top they're not moving like they should. So we can fix that, and the way that we fix that is we go to object mode with everything selected, and we want to do a shift. So we'll select the bones first, and then we'll do shift and then shift and then select the stroke. Then we'll drop down to weight paint. And now that we're in weight paint, we can actually shift select each bone, hit shift select, and then individually weight paint. What weight paint allows us to do is show the level of influence each bone has on the vertices or the points of the grease stroke object, or the grease stroke pencil, you know what I'm saying, like the points. So what we're going to do is fix this first one. So we'll make sure that the weight is up here. We'll make sure it's at 100%. Then we'll do F to increase the size, and we will just paint where we want the grease pencil to affect, right? So we want this all to be red. Red means it's affecting, blue means it doesn't. We'll look at everything else. Alright, it's not affecting it. So then we'll lower this opacity to about 0.3. We'll lower the opacity right here because we do kind of want it to have some influence, but not too much. We'll hit Control S to save. We'll do shift click. We'll shift click it right here. We'll lower the opacity a little bit. Right there. Kind of lower this on the rim. Actually, let's take this completely to 0. And then take the weight back up. Cool, so that bone is affecting properly, or it looks like it is. We have to test it, test everything. So we'll shift click for the next bone. Alright, we'll take the weight down to 0. Weight down to 0. Looks good, looks good. We'll weight back up to 100%. Shift click that last one. Alright, we'll drop the weight down to 0. We'll take this out, weight up to 100. We will select everything. So that's red, as it should be. Alright, and then what we want to do is we'll go back to object mode. We'll select the bones, pose mode, 0 to be in the front. We'll select that top one, we'll bend it, looks good, bend it, and bend it. Cool. It looks like everything is working like it should be. And you know, if you're animating this, what we'd want to do is to reset the rotation, we'll do Alt R, Alt G, I believe it's Alt T, hold on, Alt S. Hold on. Yeah, so select this, do Alt R, Alt R for that rotation, and Alt R, and that resets the rotation on all the bones. And if you were animating this, you'd want to see the bones, so we'd come over here into armature, on the right side here panel, viewport display. We can just switch this to stick so you can see it, and then we can do in front so you can always see it in front. Now you won't see it on the final render, but this is just so you can animate it. So what we do is push like something like I, and then we can to insert a keyframe, and we'll do location, rotation, and scale. We'll come down here to the dope sheet, and then at 40, we'll animate it really quick. Make sure auto animate or auto record is on, which is this button right here. So now when we push play, it animates for us. And the importance of it, doing that, I'll turn it off really quick, is that it saves us a lot of time. So now you can see it just animating, and if we wanted to, we could show it. Back into object mode, select it, and then we'll duplicate this, drag this over, and we are just playing with the values inside the keyframe. We'll drag it over, and I'm just going to show you for example. So now we have a little grease pencil guy rocking out to some music. So boom, boom, and that would have been harder if we didn't have bones. So bones allow us to save time by drawing something once, and just drawing something once, adding bones to it like they do in the regular show, Adventure Time, other things like this, and just focusing on the animation, the script, and not having to worry about drawing frame by frame. So I hope this video was informative and helpful. If it was, like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like me to do inverse kinematics, and basically what this was right here was forward kinematics, so each bone directly affects the other bone, while inverse kinematics, it starts at the end and goes in reverse, I'm pretty sure. But basically it's like an arm, how like if you move, it's more like a human, right? So if you move, each bone affects like the previous bone, right? Basically, I don't know the actual definition, but it's very cool, and it keeps us from having to animate each bone, so it saves animators more time. So I hope this helped, and if it did, like, comment, subscribe, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.